Magic Sands Beach. Beautiful day out. Looks like the clouds are rolling in over the hill. It's probably gonna get overcast. But I wanted to show how close this house is to the beach and the ocean. I mean, the ocean's right there. And the home we're going to is this driveway right up here, right past this pot. Now, as you can see, the windows and doors are boarded up, so there may not be a lot of light in there, but we're going to be able to explore it anyways. All right, we just pulled up to this foreclosure listing, and we're going to hop inside, see what kind of condition it's in. The location is amazing. It's right on a Lee Drive, so even though you'd have to contend with a lot of road noise, you're not going to find home like this listed at this price anytime soon, I don't think, unless you have a time machine to go back to 2019 or 18. So let's get out there and check it out. All right, now here we are. Let's check out this front yard first. So it is overgrown, as you can see, but there's a lot of room considering this is right off of Elite Drive. So the first thing I'm going to look at are these nice big old growth monkey pod trees. They're massive. They're giving a lot of shade, which is very important down here where it's hot. There's some pretty cool palms over here. I don't know the names of all these different palms. And there's a koi pond over here too, which is pretty cool. It's got a rock wall separating it from the main road. And another thing I'm going to take note of is the road noise. There is a stop sign over there, so there's going to be a lot of back and forth. And you know, 2 in the morning when everyone's coming back from the bars, they do stop off at that stop sign over there in the intersection and peel out. How do I know? I was young once. Let's continue this way. It's got a nice wooden fence sitting on a low rock wall. There's a small carport here, and then a giant covered lanai. So this is one of my favorite parts about it. Imagine all this landscaped, beautiful. You got the big trees for the shade. You got a koi pond. It also has a water feature on it, like a waterfall. And then you can have this set up with your dining or just sitting out here. Look at the size of this lanai. It's massive. Very cool. It looks like they had it wired up with some speakers. That's all going to come down. But besides that, this place is going to take a little bit of work, some scrubbing, some paint to make it totally livable. And, you know, it would take some remodeling to make it nice. But as far as just getting in a place and living in it, it's not far, depending on your standard. You're talking to someone who has lived in coffee shacks growing up. So let's go down 1, 2, 3, 4. And come in here. And another great thing about this is the backyard. It's fairly large, big enough to have a garden. It's got another massive tree back here. So the tree does supply shade and a break from the sun and the heat, but it also is going to need maintenance. You're going to have to trim this thing. That can be expensive, and it's something you want to probably have a arborist or tree trimmer come and look at right away to make sure there's no branches that are going to be hitting the tree. That's going to be one of the first things you do out here. There's a large propane tank out here. Good luck getting that filled right now. And then back there, there's a shed. It's all boarded up, so I can't get into the shed. But it looks like it has some sort of plumbing running to it. I'm not 100% sure what's going on in here. But it's fairly magical. It's blocked off with bamboo, so I can't even see in there. It may have been some sort of rental they were using. This is the backyard. Very cool. I'm going to guess that the property line is somewhere around that rock wall right there. And then let's talk about neighbors. There's one right there. There's one right there. And there's one right there. However, it doesn't feel like they're close because of all this greenery. All right, now let's get into this house. As you can see, everything's boarded up, so I'm not sure how much light is going to come through. right, let's get in here and check it out. Not a lot of light, so we're gonna do our best to see in here. Okay, very dark, but let's see what's going on. Looks like it's the Costco brand bamboo flooring. And then it sort of has this large kitchen area for a small 2-bedroom home. So all of this is the kitchen. It's missing a fridge, of course. And it has this sort of small tile countertop that looks to be in usable shape. This needs to have the grout scrubbed and this scrubbed out and so forth. There's air conditioner here telling you how hot it gets down here. And it has these old school plantation windows, which are really awesome. I love those. Now, none of the cabinets have doors, and I believe they were built that way. Just open shelving, and then there's a little pantry there. Very cool, very, to me, usable. There's a couple spots you might have to replace a tile, but most of it needs to be scrubbed up and painted. Now, if we turn this way, this is sort of the living room area. I'm gonna come on this side because the light, what little light seems to be coming through there, so maybe we need a better idea standing here. So this is the living room area. If you look right here, there's 2 doors that slide together and they block off that main bedroom. So that is actually what you would call the main bedroom over here. And it's fairly large. So here's the main bedroom. It's got a nice large closet over there with sliding doors. And then it has a door into the hallway. So very cool. I'm gonna back up this way and head back towards the kitchen area. One thing I do like about the design of this house, it's small, but everything is designed with a lot of open air. Like this is not a lot of square footage, but it feels open. Everything from even this large cutout here makes it feel open. Very cool. And I imagine windows aren't boarded up, there's a lot of airflow. We're gonna come this way, and to the right, there's a bathroom right here with a shower. Wow, it's really dark. I'm just gonna describe it. It's a small bathroom. There's a shower over here and there's a toilet and a sink. You can hear the toilet running. And if you head forward, you'll find the very small bedroom. It's probably big enough to fit, oh, there's a Murphy's bed in here, I believe. So this is a Murphy's bed. It looks to be a queen, so that would fall out. So I apologize if it seems nightmarish with the light coming through, hitting the dust. It's just my flashlight on here doesn't work when I'm using the wide angle lens. So you get to experience this foreclosure listing the same way I do. But all in all, very doable. Like I said, if you could score this close to the asking price, which might be impossible, depending on who's going after it. Something like this doesn't pop up on Elite Drive hardly at all, ever. Everyone's probably up in arms about it. This would be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. This is something you don't mess around with, and if you have the chance to get it, you go all out. And this is just a curtain blocking the glass door. Very cool. Now there are some spots with rot. You can see there's a fascia board there that needs to be replaced. Not a big deal. Can't get up there and see the roof, but from the underneath it doesn't look too bad. Same with this. Let's see if I can stick the camera up there and see. Yeah, not too bad. Some debris up there. But all in all, it's just the location of this thing is so amazing. This is a true foreclosure grab. But who knows what it'll go for. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Okay, here we are. We're at Magic Sands. Magic Sands Beach Grill is right here.